Rock Review is on the road at the Adventure Science Center here in Nashville, and I'm speaking with the president and CEO, Steve Hinckley. You got a brand new exhibit that's going to be opening this coming Monday, and it's pretty cool, and it's tied to music, Steve.
It is, yeah. This is all about the intersection of science and technology and music, and then also really allowing people to explore their own creativity in the space too.
Well, you know, what's so amazing to me with you walking me through it is to where it's really interactive, to where, you know, adults and children can come in here and have hands-on with music technology and get a better understanding of it.
Right. Everything at the Science Center is intended to be hands-on. We believe that's really the most compelling and fun way to learn. But you hit on a really great point, which is really the age range that we're targeting. You know, we've done a great job, I think, historically of getting kids involved with the Science Center and the experiences that we have here. This, for us, is a really intentional way not only to welcome the kids, but also to bring the adults in at the same time and get them to do some fun things.
Well, you know, it's so much fun too, Steve, as we were walking through it, between, you know, the virtual instruments, and you got the guitar pedals, and you can do the voice stuff with your notes and everything, and even the mixer behind us. It's what, 15 different things you can do here at Soundbox?
There are 15 different experiences. 14 of them are actually within the Soundbox space, and then there's one outside that is intended to be sort of the enticing piece that gets people to want to come in and really have the full experience.
You know, and what a perfect fit for the music industry, for Nashville's Music City, to where, you know, all of us, you know, and I told you before how many times I brought my daughter here over the years, but, you know, in the past, you guys kind of had moving exhibits in here. This is totally a change for the Adventure Science Center, in that you're establishing this space in a different way.
Right, we are. We decided that we wanted to tell stories that were important to us, to the community of Nashville, but then also really reflected the uniqueness of what Nashville has to offer. I mean, this is Music City after all. As you said, it's not just country music either, too. So we wanted to really reflect the diversity of the music and the people that are involved in music, and that's so much of what people get to experience in this space. And moving away from traveling exhibits for us was a very intentional way to invest in stories that we could tell. So everything that's in this space exists nowhere else in the world, and that is one super cool thing.
Well, you know, and I think it's so great too, Steve, that, you know, families, and like we were talking, adults or children, it's great to bring them in here, and it's always a new experience, and that, like you said, it's hands-on. But, you know, it was so much fun a while ago when you and I went in there and got to pick our music for a video piece. And there are so many people here, you know, people automatically think, oh, radio and performing concerts and tours. But there are many musicians here who also do scores for TV and film, and so you're essentially scoring a video piece over there.
Yeah, exactly, and part of what that experience is about is getting to select different kinds of music that pair up with video, but it's really also about you. It's about the emotion that is brought about in you by watching a particular scene and then hearing different kinds of music layered over that same identical scene. And what I think people most commonly realize is that what you see is almost less important than what you hear. The music is so powerful.
Well, you know, as you mentioned too, it sets the mood, Steve. Now, we were talking about the guitar pedal or bass pedals, whatever kind of pedals you want to, you know I own guitar pedals. And so, you know, essentially you can see the circuitry, you can run your voice through it, but you were telling me you can also go in and virtually build one in the center.
Yes, so every single one of the guitar pedals that we have on display, we've basically ripped the cover off, so you can see all of the hardware components that are a part of that, and then there's an opportunity as well to go into sort of a digital graphic and look up the schematics of each of those. So if you wanted to take a picture of the schematic of a wah-wah pedal or a reverb or whatever it is, you could go someplace and build that. We've got a brand new innovation incubator makerspace also opening on Monday, July 1st, and that's the kind of place where people will be able to assemble all different kinds of things. So yeah, it's
so you can build your own music toys here too.
Exactly.
And interact. And we got to a while ago, we got to stand and play virtual instruments. Which was kind of amazing.
Yeah, it brings a whole new sort of spin on this idea of air guitar, right?
Yeah, it really did.
And so it's an augmented reality piece where when you step up into the experience and you stand on the dots that are on the carpet, there's a motion sensor that detects not only that you're there, but it also knows where you are, and it also is watching your movements. So it's mapping out your whole body's positioning, and then it layers an instrument on top of you. And so you get to play, in a virtual sense, the instrument. And then what's kind of cool about that too is after you play the virtual guitar, you can walk over and pull a real guitar, maybe Keith Urban's guitar, off the wall and hold the real thing. Because we didn't want every experience to be detached in a way from the real. We are using technology, but there is also the real here, whether it's
right.
the deconstructed instruments that are hanging on the wall or the ones that you can pick up and play.
Well, you know, I love that too when we went back and tested out our voices. And I want to say for the record, Steve, your voice is much higher than mine.
Thank you.
And so, but you could actually play those notes back on the keyboard. And then what was cool to me, as a gear person that I am, is that you had the deconstructed microphone
right.
on the wall.
Right.
And so people, you know, a lot of people use these things like guitar pedals, you know, microphones and everything. They don't know what the parts are inside.
Right. Right, and that's part of what the Science Center, to me, is all about, is you come here to see a part of the world that you don't really have exposure to on a daily basis. And for some, hopefully that stimulates an appreciation of what goes into these kinds of things, but it's also just about understanding. You know, we interact with science and technology every single day of our lives,
right.
you know, and music is just one way in which we can help tell the story of science and technology and engineering, and it's obviously just something that is very, very specific to Nashville and something that I think almost everybody in some way, shape, or form can relate to. I don't know anybody that doesn't like music.
Right, and it's such a part of the fabric of Nashville. I think also people coming here looking for a unique experience will enjoy it too, because like we were having fun a while ago with the mixer, to where when you did your up and down, you could adjust how loud your channel was.
Yep.
How much fun is that?
I think it's a ton of fun. I mean, I personally, so selfishly, I was involved in some of the design process. We had a huge group of people pulled from throughout Nashville, but I loved going to those meetings just to hear what other ideas people were putting to the table. And there are some unbelievably creative folks in this town, as we all know, but it was just such a rich and rewarding experience to sit in the room and listen to people coming up with some of the ideas that ultimately populated this exhibit. So not only are these exhibits about Nashville, but they are drawn from the brain power of what is in this community.
I'll tell you what, I think it's incredible. I'm so glad you guys are doing it. I want to make sure our viewers know also, Steve, that if you want to come and check out Soundbox, you know, this coming Monday, and obviously, you know, this year, that it is included in your regular ticket price, right?
Correct. Yes, absolutely. It is a part of the Science Center.
So it's nothing extra.
It's nothing extra.
Play some music.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, this is included in the general admission price. And one of the things about this too is that it's not going away. It will change the content from time to time.
Right.
So all of the mechanisms that are being used in the exhibits, we can change out content. We can change out the instruments on the mixing board behind us, or we can change out instruments on the augmented reality piece. So those will evolve over time, but this experience is here to stay.
Well, you know, and I'm happy to be a tester if you need like like an adult with a childlike mind to come in and test out the music stuff. Just call me.
Okay, great.
I'll
we'll get
even
along
bring
well.
the coffee over.
Yeah, perfect.
You know, but I really think this is a great exhibit. And as I mentioned before, I've always enjoyed the Adventure Science Center, as so many people here in Nashville do, and people that come in and visit and they're looking for a unique experience.
Right.
But I think they're going to take away a knowledge of music with Soundbox that they didn't have before.
They will, and again, a part of that too is we hope that they take away an understanding of what's going on in Nashville and this community. There are about a half a dozen career stories that we're telling throughout the space too. So these are individuals that are somehow involved in the industries related to sound and or music. And these are people who are doing incredibly cool stuff that's changing the world right here in Nashville that you might not ever know about. So we're proud to promote that and help, you know, tout another side to Music City.
Well, and I think much like Music City, it's going to be a hit. Be sure and have your phone charged up also when you come into the Soundbox, because you're probably going to take videos of people doing some of the things with interacting with the technology and everything else, because it's just fun.
It is fun, and we want people to take those experiences home and, of course, hashtag every video that they've ever done and post it and share it with their friends, too.
Well, I'll tell you, thanks for walking us through this. It's a great exhibit and very forward-thinking. So, Steve Hinckley, President and CEO, Adventure Science Center, you need to come out this coming Monday and take part in the Soundbox. I think you're going to have a great time and bring your family and friends. Thanks for watching The Rockin' Review.